Hello all, welcome to the introductory session on PMBOK 5th version. Welcome to Tutor Conflux, a one-stop solution for your PMP certification needs. The topics that we are going to cover in this session are about the instructor, the class structure, the eligibility requirements of the candidates who are attempting to do PMP. Then we'll look at PMBOK Guide 5th edition, what are the salient features of the same, and process groups, knowledge areas, the construction of the PMBOK, that is PM body of knowledge, that is project management body of knowledge, and knowledge areas, examination structure, certification cost and fee, and the preparation mentality at Tutor Conflux. My name is Gokul Rachiraju, so I'm working currently as a project manager at NetApp, and I have mentored 700 plus PMPs, and I have 18 years of progressive experience in the global deliveries. And of course, as you see now, I'm a project management evangelist. I want people to be professionally trained and know about project management at a level higher than that is required for successful execution of projects. Now the class structure for the PMBOK 5th edition at a Tutor Conflux would be, we have 2 weekend classes, Saturday, Sunday, total 36 hours of the class training that you'll be getting, and there will be assignments, 4 hours of assignments, and chapter test 6 hours, and final day test 2 hours that you'll be taking. We wanted to keep it short and sweet so that you will get comprehensive understanding on the PMBOK, and we'll be equipping you with all the necessary paraphernalia for passing the PMP examination. So the eligibility requirements are, if you're a high school graduate, you need 5 years of experience, that is 7,500. So graduates 3 years, 4,500 hours of experience is what that is needed. Now let us see that most of you would be qualified for this course if you have started your career 5 years or earlier. Please don't mistaken for this project management experience. You are eligible for this examination should you have worked in a project's environment, not as a project manager, but at least one of the processes of project management. So the required contact hours are 35 hours. So these 35 hours will be given by the Tutor Conflux. So we are REP, that is Registered Education Provider. Means that when the training is imparted, the PMI would recognize the certificate that is given by Tutor Conflux as a prerequisite for taking the examination. PMBOK version 5 has got 47 processes in all, and it has got 4 sections, and version 5 is the current version for your PMP certification. Now let us see that what these 4 sections are. The section 1 consists of introduction and life cycle. There are 2 chapters in it, and section 2 has got process groups. There is 1 chapter, and the knowledge areas are 10 chapters, and section 4 contains social responsibilities and ethics. So this will be an integral part of your PMP certification. Means the questions will not be asked separately on the social responsibilities and ethics, but that will be an integral part within the all other knowledge areas and chapters. So there are 2 processes in initiation, 24 in planning, 8 in execution, and 11 in monitoring and controlling, and 2 processes in closing. There are 47 processes, and this will be your subject matter for the examination. So these are the 47 processes. So all of these processes will have inputs, and those inputs will be processed using tools and techniques, and they will have specific outputs. So as a project manager, you will have to understand these processes, and you can choose the relevant processes for the project management at the work environment, and you can customize these processes as well, which means that you can shorten only the required processes that suit your project environment. So examination would be of 200 questions. All are multiple choice. You have to answer all the questions, and out of 200, 25 are not counted for score. Means that only 175 are counted, and you will never know which 25 will be taken out. So the passing score is 61%, so you have to get 106 questions right out of 175. Because we don't know which 25 are to be taken out from your 200 questions, you factor for them so that you have to aim at scoring 131 questions right to pass the examination. You'll be evaluated on a grading scale of proficient, moderately proficient, and below proficient, and you can be at the most below proficient in one process maximum. And the number of questions that were spread across the process groups, that is initiation 13%, 24% planning, 30% execution, 25% monitoring and controlling, and 8% on the closing. And please do remember that your social responsibilities and ethics would be covered within this percentage of the questions. So the number of questions have been translated that were given on the last column in the table. Now let us see your training and certification fee. So your Tutor Conflux training fee is $599 and your membership fee is $139. And if you take the membership at the PMI, that is Project Management Institute, it is a certification body that would authorize you to use PMP, a registered trademark, as part of the qualification that you need to take membership with them, and the membership fee is $139. And if you take $139 membership, your examination fee is $405. And in a very unlikely event that you have to take the examination again, then they would charge $275. If you do not take the membership, then you have to pay for the examination $555, and in the unlikely event of retaking the examination, it would be $375. We strongly suggest you to take the membership, and we will guide you through the examination. And the preparation plan is 100 hours. We need your time, your committed time. Out of 100 hours, we'll be covering 36 hours in the class, so that you have to prepare for 64 hours. And if you are not able to commit for the 64 hours training continuously, at least 1 hour a day, if you don't want to do that one, then don't commit for the PMP certification. You have to do it on a daily basis to understand what it is. Then have an understanding about the PMBOK guide 5th version, and memorize. So we say that don't memorize, but understand the key concepts, and importantly have to practice a lot of times. It is required because it is quite some time you have taken any examination that has got 200 questions. The questions will be sometimes tricky, and they expect you to be professional at answering those questions. So it comes only through practice. 4 hours of examination, you have to practice many times. Then take notes in the class, and our methodology is that you appear at least 3 to 4 simulated practice tests that were there in the portal, and always discuss the subject matter with your peers in the office, or with your friends or course mates who would be doing the examination together with you. And you can reach out either to Gokul Rachiraju for any additional help at any point in time. And do participate in the Tutor Conflux discussion forums, which strongly recommend, because this is where you would get your knowledge enriched. So the expedition roadmap is the first class will cover 5 chapters, class 2 will cover 3 chapters, class 3 3 chapters, and class 4 3. That is total of 14 chapters. So as we are covering all these things in the 2 weeks time, then you will be completing the synopsis, assignments, and concept refresher. These are the content at a Tutor Conflux portal. Then by the time we complete the training, you will be completing first reading of the PMBOK guide, chapter test and KA test, and you will be taking the smaller mock tests through the week 4. And the small mock tests are of length 25 questions, 12 questions, 50 questions. You will be taking those things, and 2 mock tests before the examination on the week 4th, and you will be submitting the PMP examination application form. Srinivas, the course administrator, he will look at the appropriateness of your application, and he will help you get it right, because your application might get audited. So Srinivas will tell you how to fill in all the details carefully, and he will help you even if it is audited. Even if your application is selected for audit, he will help you get through the audit process. So after submitting the application, you will do 2 mock tests. It will take 5 days of time to get your application approved. Then schedule the examination. By the time you go for the final examination on the week 5, you will be having another reading of the PMBOK guide, and that will be a PMP examination. So the resources at Tutor Conflux are like, you have the synopsis. It is like a abridged version of all the topics in the PMBOK guide. So you will be having a reading before coming to the class. It would be like 2 to 3 pages of reading that is needed for each topic. So you will get to know what is that going to be discussed in the class. And the deliverable templates are there, and there are 1200 plus concept refreshers, which means that you can quickly recall the concepts whatever that were there. It is like a cheat sheet fashioned representation. So we have 3000 plus questions in our data bank, and 12 class test, 47 chapter test, and 10 knowledge area test, and 8 mock exams, that is like 200 questions each. So you can forget about any other material unless and until you are interested in having a complete understanding, and it is like you wanted to excel in that area, or if you wanted to master those areas out of your academic interest, you can read as much as possible. But to pass the examination and get the credential and to have comprehensive understanding, we propose only sticking to the portal. It has got all the resources that you need. So the portal also has got useful flow charts and flow diagrams, and all the formula are there. You have other tools to gauge your performance in the test, such as verify and review results, and at TC Srinivas will help you with your application process. Thank you very much. For more details, you can always visit tutorconflux.com. Thanks for your time, and take a decision about your career advancement.